staying in line. One love, keep us together.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. And I want to use this medium to talk to you. Please, look at the youth of Nigeria. We are really suffering.
Politics plays its part in everything that defines us as a sovereign entity. Isn't it right to discuss what makes it tick? When the main actors converge in the power corridors to make decisions that affect the next meal, shouldn't we probe even deeper?
Nigeria is suffering. The suffering is too much.
When it comes to the complexities of politics, we strive to give it clarity, to deepen your understanding as the listener.
The decisive factor will be knowledgeable leadership committed to good governance.
Make it a date with Oᴘᴇɪᴇᴅ and Saeed Fuad on Midweek Politics every Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m. on your top dial, Mainland 98.3 FM. Politics, it's a whole meal.
Political enemies, they don't want you to succeed. Have you just realizing that? No matter what I do, they will still abuse me.
Shooks, was you, Adamu? I still say you don't the danger because the election don't they come. So you're thinking you're going to make extra dough because that rich man go say make you go carry gun on election day. I know that by snatching ballot boxes or causing mayhem on election day may sound like a means to an end to you. But beyond that, the consequence of your action is not for now, but for another 4 years. Can you boldly announce to anyone that you're a political thug or a man Friday to any politician? You know the shame, Abby. So don't sell your future just for one day gain. Violence is not a testament of real strength. Stand for what is right. Today, make a right choice. Drop that weapon, refuse that offer, and stand for peace. Protect your future, protect your votes, protect your country. Say no to political thuggery. This message is from Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Well, it's another Wednesday afternoon, and it's a pleasure to have you join us on the show. Good afternoon to you, and welcome to Midweek Politics on Mainland 98.3 FM. No matter the mood that I have, once the mic is on, it's a different feeling. Because I've always talked about the fact that, listen, it's a privilege for us to come here every day of the week, from political roundtable to the situation room to trends in the papers to global focus to the situation room to Oroilu to Music True. Every current affairs conversation we'll have on this radio, it's a privilege for us to help you stay informed in respect to all of the things that are happening around you. If you're joining us for the very first time, I welcome you to Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos, for every reason and every every Wednesday. We call this one the Midweek Politics. 120 minutes of hardcore political conversation on radio. Beyond the surface engagement, where we dig in, I bring you sound bites, everything you need to know about whatever story we're choosing to focus on. 143 days away from today, Nigerians would go to the polls. That means you have between now and then the 15th of January, which is 142 days, to allow yourself to be guided by issue-based debates, and not just propaganda, but we're talking about valid manifestos that will reflect the yearnings and the demands of our reality, and that's what we're trying to do. We've been setting the conversation. We've spoken to members of the judiciary. We've had members of INEC itself. We've had members of the civil society organization. Yesterday we had an artificial intelligence officer join us in the situation room, just for us to put our minds together as we continue to prepare for this election, because by the 4th of September there will be more people joining the campaign. Of course, the governorship and the state houses of assembly elections campaign will also begin officially. So it's not just going to be senators, reps, members, and presidential candidates. Now you'd have governorship candidates and houses of assembly candidates, everybody joining. And then at that point, you probably just feel like, see, governance is taking a back seat. It becomes a full-fledged political campaign season. And so for us not to stick get ourselves confined to the corner of the regular every 4 years election will come. I think a couple of days back, our former World Footballer of the Year, our former captain of the Liberian national team, and the former president of Liberia, a distinguished George Oponwe, was addressing the lawyers at the NBA conference in Port Harcourt, and he says, listen, elections alone does not reflect the growth of your democracy. That means that, yes, we've had the transition from Olusegun Obasanjo to late Umaru Musa Yar'Adua to Goodluck Jonathan to late Muhammadu Buhari, now to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So we've had that seamless transition in between elections, but has it really translated to quality of lives for Nigerians? Are Nigerians safer? I mean, one would expect that the deeper we go in our democracy from 1999 till now, that's about 27 years of this Fourth Republic, one would imagine that the deeper we go in it, the better our lives should become. But are we safer than we were 10 years ago? Are we wealthy as a nation, as a people, than we were 10 years ago? The quality of education we have now, is it any better than it was 10 years ago? The state of public infrastructures in Nigeria today, is it better than it was 10 years ago? So beyond the rhetorics of election, what are the yardsticks that can help us to think that, our democracy is functional? Number one of it is rule of law. The rule of law must at every single point be upheld in a democracy. Secondly, there must also be participatory governance. That's why the democracy is defined as a government of the people, by the people, and government of the people, for the people, and by the people. So it has to be people-centered, people-oriented. Your policies must reflect, ways to improve the quality of life of your people. Your foreign relations also must tend to protect your people in the diaspora. So if we put all of these things together, then you know that beyond just the tradition of conducting election, our democracy is way behind in terms of where it should be. On the show today, I would also look at the narrative of the core stakeholders now, the politicians themselves, their body language, is the things they say, the ones they don't say. I wouldn't look into all of this. Remember, Senator Fada-Osi in Osun State, drag all of the attention to himself on the eve of the August 15 governorship election in Osun State, where he talked about, people of his party are being killed. If you see any member of so and so killed this so and so, then it was coming up with, I was misquoted, I was speaking metaphorically, I was quoted out of context, they used AI to doctor what I said. You yourself said it, that record me and share it anywhere you want to take it to, because you knew that nothing was going to happen. Well, I'm sure you've seen the trending video of the local council chairman of Kuje, in Abuja, what he said about the choice of him imposing a party on the people of his local government. That's what would have started the conversation from on the show today. And I'm not running this alone. It's a privilege yet again to have Mr. Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ join us on the show today. He's the rector of the Broadcast Arts Institute. Yes, he's a leading, multi-dimensional telecommunication and information and broadcast institutions that trains presenters, journalists, graphic designers, technicians, even studio managers, especially when it comes to effective information gathering dissemination. The Broadcast Arts Institute gives you the very competitive edge, and of course it's a degree, it's a certificate awarding, it's a diploma awarding institution. So anywhere you go to, you can present yourself and say, I'm a graduate of the BAI. Well, Mr. Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ is the rector of that amazing institution. So you got to keep your conversations open. We'll always have a pleasure to have him join us once in a while, but now I think it's going to be very consistent. We find a way to tie him down to joining us every Wednesday. Of course, there's Side Forward, the man that leaves us with more every Wednesday when we come here. I was listening to him on Political Roundtable on Sunday night, and when we're almost done with the end of the show, I was like, okay, if this show should run from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., there would never be enough time because people will still call. And I was streaming and I'm like, Side Forward is not even reading Facebook messages. Like, it's a whole lot. So it's a bumper show we have for you today. We have sound bites from the former vice president of Nigeria and the ADC presidential candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, still reiterating the fact that his position on the return of subsidy when he wins his election is valid. Mr. Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ, it's a pleasure to have you join us on the show today.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Okay. There seems to be a lot that will be done in the next couple of days in the Benin Delta Asaba Federal Axis. That road was an absolute mess. People spent 4 days, stuck in that place. And you look at the security concerns of this country. Imagine just being on one spot for almost 2.5 days. Emergencies could happen. Pregnant women could be caught in that madness. But the Minister of Works, Engineer Dave Umahi, visited, the road yesterday, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has also given the directive that jobs should, begin on that road as quick as possible. So it's a good one. Side Forward, it's a pleasure again to have you.
Oh, thank you for having me, Oᴘᴜᴜ. My pleasure to be here with you this afternoon. And good afternoon to Mr. Kodwa. Nice to be on the show.
Okay. Yeah, I think a couple of weeks back, we touched a case in passing of the governorship situation of the All Progressive Congress in Ogun State. The man in the picture, Abayomi Onye, was on national TV on Monday, and he said a lot of things. Okay, the All Progressive Congress is one, calling for his arrests, that there's only one governorship candidate in Ogun State, and his distinguished Senator Olamilekan Solomon, popularly called Yayi. We're going to look at that issue today. Is that something that the opposition may want to exploit when it comes to the politics of Ogun State? Well, I would also look at President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There was an unfortunate wave of mass abduction in Niger State. About 48 people were killed in coordinated attacks across 5 communities in Niger State, and a lot of people were also abducted. But before we even look at Niger State, it's about 200 days now that the same time the abduction in Oᴜᴜ local government happened, almost 40 pupils and children were also abducted in Borno State. Almost 200 days after then, they've not been rescued. And it looks like Professor Babagana Zulum, the governor of the state, is quiet. Coincidentally, the current vice president was a former governor and senator from the same Borno state. And over 40 people have been abducted from your state for almost 200 days, and nobody is seeing anything. We're going to look at some of those things on the show today. Side Forward, 143 days to the general election, beginning from the presidency and the National Assembly election. Is the buzz building yet?
Well, I think so. It's gradually, gaining momentum. It's going to start slow and then eventually get into
Full gear.
And I think we're already getting into the intriguing parts of the electioneering campaign. And I think Alhaji Atiku Abubakar set the ball rolling with his return of subsidy conversation. It's got a lot of people talking. I like the fact that it's an issue-based conversation. It's not about personalities. Thus far. I know we're still going to descend
of course.
into the ___ fight. but because again, you and I know that there was something we had to step down.
Stepped exactly.
Because I know that definitely our politicians are going to deliberately want to distract us, want to deliberately get our eyes off the ball, and then begin to insult themselves. And unfortunately, because we will refuse to learn, we will follow their trajectory. We will follow them. You will still, because again, the easiest way to take the minds of the people from issue-based conversation is to begin to attack personalities. And so once you start to do that, people take sides, and so they just get distracted from the real issues. I'm sure they will whip up ethnic sentiments. They will whip up religious sentiments.
The tribal card.
The tribal card will be played. I hope that Nigerians will understand that, look, these are
just distractions.
Strategies that our politicians have always used. It's not anything new. I'm just hoping that we'll learn to keep our eyes on the ball, be more focused on issues that concern us. Because again, I've seen even people while trying to, discuss some of these things, also veer off.
Of course, it's very easy. The distraction is very easy. It's just miss the
has
point.
Brought up, I will return subsidy, but it will be backed by local production, and I'm going to subsidize from the supply of feedstock. Now, instead of discussing that, the next, Atiku sold all the properties in Nigeria. You see the problem now. How
does it connect?
You understand? And if we decide to begin to discuss personalities, there's enough to discuss about all the presidential.
Every single one.
There'll be no, and we will not even get anywhere. So I'm hoping that our own focus here would be discussing these issues. If we need to discuss personalities, maybe for political calculations and political intrigues, because again, there's no way to discuss politics without
the people,
the participant, the active players, and so, but it should not be about just getting ourselves unnecessarily distracted. So I'm excited as a journalist because there's a lot to chew on. There's a lot to report.
There's a
lot to discuss, and there's a lot to investigate. So interesting times ahead.
Mr. Matthew Okodwa, before we slide into the crux here, how much more do you think Nigerians would have to do? It's tough. What we're expecting them to do, especially in the phase of survival. Let's make it issue based. No banter, no distraction. But you're hungry. And then somebody is coming for campaign, and the person is saying, for this community, you said it last week that there are people that they are crowd merchants. They help you to rent crowd for manifestos. So somebody comes to me and says, what are you doing on Saturday? Come, I'll give you 5,000. Let's go to the stadium. I'll give you polo. I'll give you face cap. How easy or how difficult, how much of a dilemma is these things that we're asking Nigerians to do, that don't allow yourself get distracted when there's so much to distract and there's almost nothing to be excited about going into this election?
Unfortunately, from what we have just said, and if I say fear that what just expressed on how Nigerians will respond, unfortunately, there's nobody coordinating the voters. So all voters are on their own. So because nobody's coordinating them, nobody's interpreting details of claims to them individually or in groups, you leave people to decide on what they hear. That is the main challenge we have. You said somebody who is hungry, say, come, I give you 5,000. For him, that day's problem is solved. Sufficient unto the day is evil thereof. That problem is solved. Tomorrow will take care of itself.
Another rally can
another rally can happen, or it may not happen.
The more the rally, the more the
merrier. In fact, you see them patronizing the office of the merchants, of the crowd merchants, crowd dealers. knowing what is next, where are we going next, where are we coming next. But that's because the politicians have succeeded in, how do I put it now, in making poverty, a phenomenon in Nigeria that everybody
They've institutionalized it.
In fact, they have. So at the end of the day, we need the crowds, the voters need a coordinator who will help them to say, look, this 5,000 you are collecting to do, it doesn't work. You will suffer for it later, and they will agree. There just have to be something somewhere or somebody somewhere who will speak to the crowd, to the audience, that they will believe in. If you don't mind, person like Cᴏᴜᴜ would have been able to do that, but he has taken
political line.
So it's like anything he says now
is political
for his own advantage. But if there was a group like that, who is just mobilizing against claims by politicians, his own is, or the activity of that group is to mobilize against all these false claims by politicians. It's not a politician.
More like, is it true?
Breaking it down. Those break down to the individual, say this is what it is. Then he will collaborate with the media houses, and from there they will now give that message to the people. But nobody is looking at that. Everybody is looking at Atiku. Everybody is looking at Tinubu. Everybody looking at what's his name, Obi and Donald. Those are people are looking at. So it's unfortunate that members of the public may have to be hoodwinked into believing what the politicians claim.
Well, that's quite unfortunate, and that's a tough one to ask for you to just wait for statements being made by politicians and decide to, flesh it up or break it down. If somebody says we've done this, or I say, oh God, that was not what happened. But it's a lot, especially in the case where we have a lot of sentiment guiding people into the election. Let's get straight up into the story. The chairman of Kuje Area Council in the Federal Capital Territory, Danjuma Achekolo, issued a controversial warning to residents, asking them to either vote the APC or leave the council area. Mr. Achekolo spoke ahead of the FCT Youth Network leadership election scheduled for Saturday. A video of his speech had gone viral on social media, and many Nigerians and human rights organizations have condemned him. The FCT Youth Network is a grassroots youth coalition operating across all 6 area councils of Abuja. I also said it during the engagement while hosting the network leadership and candidates. And Mr. Achekolo said his constituency must vote for the party or relocate from the party. I've said it in my area council. It's either you're doing APC or you leave the council. I'm not arguing with you. With confidence, I'm saying, you know why? I cannot have minister and president doing this for us, what they are doing, and on election day you vote for other people. So there's been a reaction, and his spokesperson released a statement yesterday, and instead of you to apologize, the statement was riddled with gaslighting, saying that people should not get political with the statement of his boss, and then that people should not raise unnecessary distraction from what your boss have said. Let's take a listen to the chairman himself. When we come back, I'll start from you, side forward. We talked about Senator Fada-Osi in Osun State, those statements, even the one of the former governor of the state, Adegboyega Oyetola. A lot of things. There's been issues around grab it, do or die. There's been issues around all is fair in politics. These statements, how inciting can some of these things be? Listen to the chairman of the Kuje Area Council in Abuja.
I said in my area council, it's either you're doing APC or leave the area council. I cannot have minister and president doing for us what they are doing. Then on the day of election, you now come and say you want to match me. I will not.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. And I want to use this medium to talk to you. Please look at the youth of Nigeria. We are really suffering.
Politics plays its part in everything that defines us as a sovereign entity. Isn't it right to discuss what makes it tick? When the main actors converge in the power corridors to make decisions that affect the next meal, shouldn't we probe even deeper?
Nigeria is suffering. The suffering is too much.
When it comes to the complexities of politics, we strive to give it clarity to deepen your understanding as the listener.
The decisive factor will be knowledgeable leadership committed to good governance.
Make it a date with Oᴘᴇɪᴇᴅ and Saeed Fuad on Midweek Politics every Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m. on your top dial, Mainland 98.3 FM. Politics, it's a whole meal.
Political enemies, they don't want you to succeed.
Well, that was the voice of Honorable Danjuma Samuel Chekolo, the executive chairman of Kuje Area Council. And so his chief press secretary, Musa Samson Adayilo, had come out to also release a statement. So let me quote the interesting part of that statement. I think the third paragraph, he said, "We therefore appeal to residents, stakeholders, and supporters of different political parties to avoid interpreting the chairman's remark in a manner that could create unnecessary division. Our political differences are natural in a democratic society, but they should never become a barrier to peaceful coexistence, development, and good governance." Side forward. I mean, we've heard a lot of things, and on one side there's the sloganeering during election. On the other side, there are statements that politicians make, their followers make, interpret what I said. How undemocratic is this statement side forward? By the way, the chairman has been explaining. Maybe he's going to also talk about AI very soon. But this video, what does this say about the mindset that the political class are going into the election with?
Well, it just again brings to reality one of our greatest fears going into this election. That it appears that our politicians have not learned any lessons. It appears that our politicians are desperate and will do everything possible, mostly illegal, to win elections. And it appears that they're already setting the tone for what is to come ahead of the 2027 elections. We are taught that what happened in Osun was an isolated situation. Maybe it was just a senator that was too desperate and could not just apply basic common sense. Maybe they were under pressure. It appears that they were going to lose the election. He got, carried away. Again, that's not to make excuse for Senator Fada Unsi, but I thought that, look, maybe it was just a moment of madness, and that it wasn't a democratic culture that will become widespread and become more pronounced ahead of the 2027 elections. Even though we are taught that the APC as a party would have been a bit more firm as to condemning that statement. Because again, these things are being ascribed to your political party. Today, the general perception is that it is a party of grab it, snatch it, and run away with it. The general perception is that, it's a party of all is fair in politics. And now you are in a state election, a sitting senator of the same party had come out to say, you know what? Now and to the day of election, if you see anybody on the other side, kill them. Before Saddam Hussein made that statement, Wole was everywhere in Osun State, practically threatening the Osun people. I've seen several videos of him saying, if anybody likes to go and do anything other than what the president is doing, whatever you see, you take.
He even said that at the end of the primary, it's still the leadership of the party that can decide who gets what, undermining a democratic process.
So we've seen statements that we thought that as a party, the APC would come out, if for the sake of perception management, say, hey,
no way,
this is not what the political party stands for. We are Democrats, we are progressives in thinking, and we say no to any form of violence, intimidation, coercion, or suppression of the will of the people. But the Father Musa episode came, and there was no rebuttal. There was no statement, no official statement from the APC. They said they had a 2 hours jamboree with the police. And then he went back home. On the day of election, this same man
still repeated,
was seen threatening, intimidating voters. So if Father was happened, there were no consequences. Egogolo, what's the name? What's the name? Chekolo. What's going to happen? And after Chekolo, there will be another one.
Of course.
So, and that is the unfortunate part of our reality when it comes to politics and democracy. And I think that's the reason why some presidential aspirants stayed away from the peace committee signing.
Yeah, exactly.
For them, no need for it.
There was no if people can make these kinds of statements
and unchallenged,
it just and unchallenged,
unrebuked.
The party they say they are representing did not say anything
about it.
That entire Madam Matthew Kuka signing was
just tradition.
It's a complete waste of time. You are just wasting time.
Charade.
And to make matters worse now, look at what the chief press secretary is saying.
Proper gaslighting.
Gaslighting who now? That people should know.
Don't politicize it.
Somebody said in this Kuje local government, I cannot open my eyes despite all that the president and the FCC has done.
And allow you to vote for
when I'm going to vote, you have to come and check who I'm voting for. You will check me when I'm dumping.
What is supposed to be a secret ballot?
How are you going to decide who votes for APC and who doesn't vote for APC?
Maybe we suffer that and see. Saying
you were saying
not voting for.
Even during the election, he was telling people that
I'm just asking for this man.
This man
who said if you are not ready,
and
this Chempolo man.
He didn't even lose as someone from South Africa.
I'm telling you,
so that I just said you just ask that because we're not voting on the dashboard. Secret ballot. How you go to know that this person voted for this person?
No, you don't win.
For you to boldly say if you are not voting for him, just leave the local government.
How do you know?
A local government chairman. Okay. So again, to think that 27 years down the line, this is where we are with our politics.
You are saying 27 years then. That's just for 4th Republic.
Yeah, the 4th
Well, we had 3 republics. 3 other republic of election.
I always like to remain with this one. Hoping that that one was a misadventure.
We can limit our expectations to 27 years.
But that this one that God has helped us to keep, we are making some good progress. But with this, and we saw what happened in the last election. I told you how there was voter suppression, how there was voter intimidation, and the sad part of it all is that we are such a religious people. We go to the man who has given gun to people
will be in the mosque
to go and harass people, kill people to win election. He will be in front on Jumat service.
Oh, yes.
Telling the imam to please thank God that he won an election.
On Sunday, he will do Thanksgiving in church.
And he would dance. The wife will be beside him. His own children
will be behind him. Some of them will be in front.
And he had given gun to people to kill to win that election. So where is the conscience? In Oshua, as we speak, people are still there was an incident now that they said
he said there was a forceful
takeover of the garage.
And people were killed.
I saw the pictures. I couldn't even look at the pictures. If you ask Accord now in Oshun, we now no day. You ask APC, but people have been killed.
No, there are demons walking on the street that are
just randomly killing
people.
No, not human being.
So it's unfortunate where we found ourselves, and this is to the politicians again, so that I know we have a lot to discuss. It appears we have not learned any lessons, or they have not learned any lessons.
Well,
because we are in it together, anyways. This is the way it starts. The tone for desperation has started. The tone for political violence has started from that Kuje man. Like I said, I was hoping that we'll wake up and realize that the father will see misadventure was just a
one-off.
You know, one of those kinds of.
No, you thought it was misadventure.
We're just trying to play the devil's advocate. Like, let's just say it was a one-off. Like, can't play again.
Let me chip.
But look at what this one I've now done.
Yes, let me chip something.
Waking up to reality. Yes,
you said something earlier that we may see more of this. I'm telling you that when a politician feels that he may not win, it results into any of these machinations.
Threats,
Threats,
intimidation,
and bring what do you call it, propaganda and the rest of them. It started with the president's statement, and all of us think that the president is not supposed to put that statement. No.
All is fair in politics.
It was deliberate. The man did not make mistake.
Oh,
yes, it's a policy, it's a philosophy of how we are going to win this election. APC should also know, apart from being the ruling party, that they will dictate the tone of this election.
Sure. And others will follow.
Yes, they will dictate the tone. So the president dictated the tone. Then Father Onsi was about the first.
He seconded it. He's a senator now. He seconded it.
Just wait. More will come.
Shebi there was an FCT minister that said that, if the president wants to win on shoe,
he will have sent me to
there was this statement he made, desperately anywhere that they would have deployed him there.
So more of these statements will come. And again, take note, it's not only the statement that will come. Those who cannot make statement will go straight to action.
Carry out the action.
We'll go straight to the action.
Okay, the supporters of this man now, if they start to attack
on election
members of the opposition,
yes, since they know them
in Kuje, what would he say? He will say it's his metaphor, because he has said it down now. There are people like Mr. Koda said who will not say anything, but he has already given them an
instruction. Down is to implement.
And it is safe to now say that any member of the opposition that is attacked in Kuje is on this person's head. He has said that they should leave. Look at the fatwa. They should leave. He wants to kill them if they stay.
Then they stay. Look at what was the repercussion of Father Onsi?
No, nothing.
And you want to tell me that he was not sent? And this one has said now, the press secretary says something according to, like, what do you call this man? Napoleon Bonaparte. Yes. He has a younger brother who is Jerome. He was speaking for Napoleon. He said everything the boss said is right. So it's truth according to the boss. No.
All correct, sir.
Everything correct. So
but wouldn't that be better for the press secretary not to even say anything?
It would have been, see, you don't understand.
Well, what he has now said just makes a mess of the old.
Fine. You know what is called testing the waters.
Okay, let's just.
These people are testing the waters. So it's not left for the opposition, to say, look, this thing will not work, because APC is losing the momentum of setting the tone for peaceful elections.
Fair, peaceful, credible elections.
So they are losing that momentum. It is for them to now come back, just as you are trying to say, and make these corrections. So whichever way the election turns now, it will depend on the action they take or the action they did not take.
Let me ask you a question. Can any ranking member of the opposition make that statement?
No.
Without the DSS?
Oh, one time.
Before you full stop on it.
Somebody is knocking at your door. Can a ranking member of the opposition, make a statement that Father Onsi made, sorry. Without, would he have a 2 hours thing with the police?
No.
It will even be the DSS that will be talking to you.
Yes.
That they should go and kill people. But nothing has happened. And I agree with Mr. Matthew Kodwa. It appears that it is an incremental thing.
Yes.
From one state to another state.
Incremental.
So it's almost like
testing the waters.
It's almost like you are in a war zone, and then the commandant issued a directive.
It must be carried out in all areas.
In all areas. And that's why we are even saying that Mr. President has got the powers. He's got the moral responsibility to set the tone for this election. So for those who were wondering why we condemned his political philosophy of all is fair in politics, are we already seeing it now?
We already stressed it.
Okay, when we said that appears to be a political philosophy, and there are people that are going to run with it. Now, one chairman is already running with it.
Yes.
You will not vote for a party, leave the local council.
As if it's your family house.
You will soon hear now, we came and say something. If you want to vote, leave the FCT.
So if the minister now says, if you are not going to vote for APC, leave the whole FCT.
The wala will come.
And then to tell you the kinds of brain some of these people carry. Whatever project the president has done and Wike has done in Abuja, did they deal with their personal money?
No.
It's not with the resources of the people.
As if it's a gift.
It's
not a gift.
You know, some of the funny things I always hear from some of even elderly callers. Yini kale shemi. Yini what? With our own.
You are using my commonwealth to serve me, and I'm supposed to thank you. You know, there are times you will look at the pages of newspaper and then you see somebody sponsoring an advertorial like we're thanking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for commissioning the 3.2 kilometer, and I'm like, what?
I told a friend that if you watch documentaries of infrastructure upgrade in some countries, for example, if you look at what China does almost on a daily basis, we call it bridges, roads,
yes,
high-speed train. I say, if the leaders are like Nigerian leaders, they will have no other job than commissioning projects.
That's all.
Because almost every day
they will call you Mr. Projects.
Because they keep.
We gave you 17 days to commission projects.
And half of those things roundabout, tunnel, sewage.
They even squeeze in flag off into commission. The thing we didn't know.
And then look at the monies. The way they waste
every
monies.
Day they will design billboard in different locations.
They inaugurate a project is about to start. When they finish, they see back again.
I see set of commission.
I saw one. We were watching one yesterday.
The one from Delta State.
In Delta State, a cottage hospital.
Cottage.
You know what? A cottage hospital. When they did an area view, a border view of the building, it's not more than a 3-bedroom bungalow. Because when you call it a cottage hospital, what's a cottage hospital?
That's now. That is, if you get accident on the road, they
just
put you
small,
there.
yes, just quick.
Everybody was there. That is the leadership we have today. That is how low leadership has become in Nigeria. We go to countries, you see them. We were in Dubai, they told us, we said, with this road, they said, this road, we are doing it for people who are not alive. They
never bought them.
They are already doing the road. Nobody goes anywhere, no jamboree, no. But if you say this, you guys are just too exaggerated. These are culture that you don't see anywhere. That's why I said that in China, maybe, what is the leader of China now? He will be commissioning, because you see projects that they are doing, they are already looking into the future.
They're building future city.
You'll be looking at who is there? Who lives here?
Nobody.
They are moving.
Certain services, everything just
you did a cottage hospital.
And you shut down.
And you have to shut down the entire
and you're almost inviting Donald Trump to come and call the tip.
A cottage hospital. Baby.
Okay. But before we leave this one, I want us to just touch them as quick as possible. What can we do, Mr. Matthew Okodia? You said that we should expect more. And some of these statements will still come out, especially when campaigns start fully.
If you can, those who cannot speak, they will go straight for the action.
So those who act, how can we hold them to account? So because when you say sign peace deal, the people that commit the electoral crimes are not there to sign the peace deal. Because the leaders are not the ones that commit electoral crimes. You will not see, hardly would you see a party chairman or presidential candidate, fighting on election day or setting people ablaze on election day. It is our foot soldiers. At what point do we start connecting, and who exactly should we hold responsible?
We don't have to look too far to see those who are going to hold responsible. Father is one qualified to be held responsible, and this chairman of Kuje area council is also qualified. Anybody that makes such statements, they are qualified, because if you don't hold them responsible now or accountable now, more people will follow. But if you hold them whichever way, then some will say, it's not going to be free. I'm not going to make this statement. I'm not going to follow like this. I'm going to do that. But as far as they keep making the statement and they are untouched, they are reprimanded, possibly even applauded by those behind them, we are not likely to stop it.
People were clapping the chairman when he said it. Were people not hailing Senator Father Osi when he said it? They were hailing him.
Yes. That the irony of this hailing thing. The Malam who said something in the Kano now.
Yes.
The two governors were hailing him.
Yes.
So people those who are listening to you at that point, they're not even following the meaning of what you are saying. Once you reach a stop, they will start clapping. Say, what are you clapping for? They don't even know what they are clapping for. They don't. You know the implication of what he has said. The man that clapped for him does not know the implication of what he has said. That I said earlier, if we have people, just as we are trying to do, who will bring out the implications of such statements. Is it false? Is it true? Is it bad? Is it good? Is it, what do you call it now? Is it inciting? Then people begin to say, Otu, this thing is not very good, actually. Let's leave it. That's how we can do. Because we are, when the chairman made that statement, or when Father made that statement, he was not going to be the person to carry the cutlass and the gun.
Of course.
It's people. You understand? It's people. And those people now we may have to look at it differently. Say, how can I go? We're talking of peace deal. Peace deal was signed in Osun, and yet over 30 died before the elections. So what is the peace
What's
deal?
the point of the
still have
peace
post-election
deal?
violence.
We still have peace deal is still there. Those peace deals are just razzmatazz. They don't work. So I don't blame those who don't sign it because it is not effective. So what we would do is inculcate this thing as part of voters' education. But who will do it? I don't know. But the politicians cannot do it. The media will do it. But these people, how many of them are exposed to the media? As many as possible. We need grassroots mobilization against violence. There has to be a body that will do that. Grassroots mobilization against violence or against electoral malpractices. All the malpractices, whether violence or any kind, they are perpetrated by individuals, not angels, not the politicians. But just as you said earlier, they have been given some stupid incentive to do all these things because of hunger, because of need, because of all this. So if we have a body who will now go into the societies, into the community,
and try to change the narrative.
Change the narrative. You don't. Who was saying so yesterday? You don't struggle hard the way you have struggled hard to win election if there is nothing more than 70 people there.
No, there's passion.
Somebody said his salary is governor. His salary is
800. I'm permanent secretary.
What was the reason for that statement?
I don't know.
For you to know that he
deceive himself or to deceive.
Oh no, you did that. You did see payslip.
Even if that is the salary.
So for
does he even know where the salary is going?
So 530,000 naira, you kill, you maim.
Was that the reason why
you steal? You defect. You do also
collect loan.
You sell property to become a servant.
Only for 530,000 naira.
Even the chicken.
He has passion
even
for the country.
Not only passion.
Maybe the embattled DG also said when they asked him why did he spend 400 million to buy employment, he said he has passion to serve. He wants to leave his mark on the test of time.
So that is it. So let the people who are being mobilized for evil refuse, reject it. You soon discover that you don't have an army. You are a commander, no army. So you just go home. The politicians will go home. They sit up. Apart from these third world people, I don't know what they tell them. Third world is not generous.
Underdeveloped.
Not
developing. Undeveloped.
Our seventh word. Because in our thinking, in our mentality,
so backward,
no reason.
It's like we've not even started moving.
Nothing.
That thinking of that council chairman.
It's like Stone Age.
It's even worse than the Stone Age. I told you about the proverbial banana republic. That it's a country of lawlessness, country of backwardness. But I'm sure that the people of Banana Republic will look at that chairman.
You don't belong there.
Go back.
So this is it. It's unfortunate.
I mean, and it's the audacity of saying these things because you know that the world we live in right now.
He knows that
everything you say is out there.
Nobody is coming after him.
Senator Fanausi was telling the people that he held 2 microphones and he said, "Record me and share it."
So when somebody says, "If the president had wanted to win Osun, by all means,
you would have sent me there."
I say,
you know what I mean by all means.
I say it is.
So is it you that you have the monopoly of all means? You have monopoly of all means. That means you can do everything to.
We'll say our own. I'm a lover of the late Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ barrister, and in one of his songs he said, we've said our own. The only problem is that we are all in it together. The country works, we enjoy it together. If it fails,
doesn't work, we enjoy.
But we are praying that it works. We're praying that in our lifetime, we see a country that we might not even enjoy all the goodies, but we are hoping that our children, will be able to witness the good of the land.
Well, I keep saying it though. I want to witness the good of this
I want
land.
to
My
witness
children
it
can
too.
wait. When they come, they will face whatever
in their
they
own
want to
way,
do.
in their
Me, I don't want to
as a
suffer
person.
and just go. I want to be alive and witness the good of this land.
Yes.
The children may not even be here. So what am I?
Somebody
what am I
asked me that,
living for?
is there really hope for the country? I said, well, it's a very tough question. Because for you to talk about hope, you must see that we are on that path.
That's why they call it hope now.
There must be
There must be the signs.
there must be a collective commitment towards progress. You are pulling it right. The other person is going
left.
So we are talking about issue-based campaign now. A deranged mind somewhere in Abuja now.
Saying you should leave.
Has
You
told
are
people
not
to give
voting
a
for
local government. Okay, so what progress are we making now? Yeah, tell me how we're going to make any progress.
Forward, 10,000
We are
steps
here
backward.
No, but
appealing.
Yes. If you look at, when you say what progress are we making, the incremental progress, we can mention Lagos. Lagos is in Nigeria.
Yes.
Of course.
In Lagos, no indigenous people win elections.
Yes.
That's progress. But it's just that progress will register in Lagos is not going out
You
of
can't
Lagos.
replicate it. How many places?
It's not replicatable. So if not because of, I'm very careful not to say something, if not because of whatever, we would have experimented Lagos as a country first.
But Mr. Kodwa, but remember I was still in the same Lagos and somebody told the Yachinedu to go back to his state.
That is just one one at a point.
Mr. Kodwa, it was still in the same Lagos that we were out covering the last elections. We had people with cane.
They were flogging.
With ringing bell.
They flogged journalists into gutter.
You see, why I said that is this.
So even the same Lagos that we think should be a standard for others to follow.
These are unsung incidents, unpronounced incidents. That is how a small place like Lagos will likely to be influenced by the bigger parts. But if, for instance, Lagos is a country on its own with the culture of freedom we have, at least to a very good degree, those ones we are mentioning may not actually happen. Because we're talking of what is prevalence. No matter how good you are now, go to Imo State and win election.
I'm not from Imo State. I know they do. I did my Lagos.
So there are some areas where you're having this development going. See, when I was in public service, somebody said, I said, why did you? I was so generous with people, with broadcasters. I said, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. One station did something bad. I called them. I said, well, I thought this is Lagos.
Oh, okay. So Lagos is everything good.
So yeah,
I said,
everything good.
I said, what do you mean by you thought that is Lagos? So Lagos should be watching pornography because it's not Lagos. So everything good is what you should be saying. I think we are in Lagos.
That's why it's called the center of excellence.
That's a center of excellence.
Everything should be excellent.
Not where everything is.
So,
you don't say we're in Lagos, anything goes.
Say, I thought we were in Lagos. I said, can you defend that statement with this offense you have committed now? Defend that statement that you thought we were in Lagos. Is Lagos that bad? It's not.
Lagos is liberal, so they can do whatever they want to do.
Lagos is the media hub of Africa, not Nigeria. It's the media hub of Africa. So people want us to see what is excellent example. But just as I said earlier, because this will do these things, media report it, because we don't cost things, we don't organize our programs. So people do things, then we report, except when we now comment and this and that and that. That's our job. They report it. So Lagos has exhibited some advancements in
terms of liberality,
in decency. Let me just use the word decency without liberality. In decency, I was in Lagos during I was small then, Jack on Day, whatever. But I had a cousin who was part of his team. After the whole thing, the man won, and the largesse he gave them, it was not saying you are from Edo, I won't give you. He gave everyone got what they earned. And since then, everybody felt that everybody is at home. Even individual, like I got palace with one of the last elections, said, you did this election officer. I said, go to court. You can expect those things. Such in isolated areas. but don't pack out.
Imagine if it was a local government chairman that is in the opposition that made that statement. The way the ruling party will have feasted on it. Okay. To sensitize the people on the need for us to be coordinated while we prepare for the elections. The crisis within the All Progressive Congress in Ogun State has taken a new turn following allegations by governorship aspirant Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ that some party leaders threatened him to withdraw from the race ahead of the 2027 governorship election. Wᴇᴜ made the allegation while appearing on the national TV program yesterday, and he said he was determined to seek justice and has approached the court to challenge the outcome of the party's governorship primaries. The Ogun APC governorship aspirant denied parading himself as the party's candidate, insisting that he's only challenging the primary process. Wᴇᴜ questioned why the APC sold him a Senator Solomon Adeola, popularly known as Yayi. He also alleged that he was excluded from the meeting of former governors and threatened by some party leaders not to contest. Wᴇᴜ vowed to continue fighting the matter through the appropriate channels. However, the APC had strongly rejected Wᴇᴜ's claims, describing him as an impostor and insisting that Senator Solomon Adeola, popularly known as Yayi, remains the party's authentic 2027 governorship candidate in Ogun State. The APC National Secretariat and Ogun State Working Committee said Wᴇᴜ was no longer a member in good standing, noting that he was suspended on the 7th of April 2026 by executive of his own Tube ward in a Ipokia local government area over alleged anti-party activities. The party also petitioned the Inspector General of Police demanding for Wᴇᴜ's arrest and investigation for alleged impersonation and misleading the public. Why are you looking at me like that? Meanwhile, the APC said that Adeola and his running mate Kudirat Balogun have their credentials validated on the INEC portal following the upload on the 7th of August 2026. We mentioned this in passing, I think about a month ago.
Well, it's a developing story. Yeah.
That was the first time I heard about that. Since there's something brewing in that space that we need to focus on.
You know, like you said, we mentioned it. This situation about a month ago, that there's something that appears to be a threat to the candidature of Senator
Solomon Adeola,
Yayi, and that issue should be addressed with some level of caution by the APC. And we say they should address the issue with caution because there's enough precedence to show that, look, if you don't handle this kind of issue very well,
it can mess everything up.
It can mess everything up. What comes to mind immediately is Zamfara.
Sure.
In 2019.
Sure.
The Marafa Yari situation that eventually saw two judgments nullifying the APC primaries. That eventually led to a situation where the party could not field any candidate whatsoever. Now, Abayomi Unye, we spoke with Akim Adegbenro, one of our friends who is a journalist in Ogun State, and he told us clearly that, look, this is a man that he appears to be very serious. Very, very serious about what he's saying. He doesn't look like somebody who is faffing around.
He's ready to back down anytime soon.
So when I saw him on TV yesterday with Sheung, I took my time to listen to him. Now, the APC in Ogun State wants us to believe that he has been suspended
on the 7th of April.
He's no longer a member of the party. And in fact, they had even called on the IGP to arrest him for impersonation. But the same person you sold a form to, 50 million,
and you cleared him for screening.
You cleared him for the primaries. Because the party has not come to say, no, we did not collect money.
He said he has receipt. He said he has everything.
No, they have not. And since he's been saying it now, so they've not come and say, no, we never collected. But you collected his 50 million. You cleared him for the screening. And the man said, look, there was primaries. I voted for myself.
Yes.
At least
me.
My wife.
Wife. Let's not even say wife. Misbehaved, did not vote for him. The wife did not really like him.
At least him. I shall vote for myself. One vote.
I gave him 0. And he said, they gave me 0. 0.
So where's the vote that I voted for myself?
My own vote.
So the question is this, Okoyemi. And that's the reason why we talk about internal democracy and imbibing democratic culture even within our political parties. Okwemi, why did the APC not allow for a primaries in Ogun State and defeat this guy? Fair
At
and
least
square.
it will be clear. By now you rest.
You don't understand what I'm saying? Because I've looked at him, no matter what he says he is.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can break the structure of Solomon. Yeah, exactly.
Unless the fear is that if we allow for primary, so there might be other guys.
Things can change.
So because if you look at the way the consensus was done in Ogun State, and we talked about the idea of endorsement
is different from consensus.
Interpreted as consensus.
Yes, they're two different things.
It's not.
The political leadership, and this is a situation now that the man is in court. He appears to be a man who is going to go all through
the length of it
to see to the end, because it now appears that he's a nobody. That appears to be the attitude of the APC in Ogun State towards him.
Yes. They just continue to ignore him.
They continue to ignore him.
Until problem starts.
And you know, say the way they say that what you think it doesn't matter. It may just become a very big problem.
Big issue.
Whether we like it or not, he was an aspirant. He collected the APC form, because if the Ogun APC is saying that, I was trying to even understand what they mean by he's no longer a member of the party in good standing. What does that mean?
They don't.
Okay, what does it mean? Say he's no longer a member of the party in good standing. Okay, what does it mean?
They don't like him.
What does it mean?
He does not represent the ideology of the party.
Which party that you 50 million?
You screened me.
You cleared me. No, let's be very serious here. So the man is saying, I he said some other things about the origin of Yai. He said he's not from Ogun State. They asked him, he said, look, the APC should learn. Zamfara should have taught the party a lesson. Even at the recent Osun election, Okwemi, could have also been a lesson. Remember that was almost the same thing when the governorship primaries of the APC was to hold. Remember that this party did the same thing. They disqualified,
removed everybody, just
to give room for one person. And there were people like Iola Omishore who felt bitter. They kept quiet. The president intervened. They said, everything was okay.
No noise.
But the results of the election showed.
It reflected that maybe everything is not okay.
Everything was not okay.
Is this same thing happening in Kwara?
Even Kwara has a secret. We'll discuss Kwara some other time. The way the governor is just doing anything anyhow. in Kwara.
The leading APC bigwigs now will be contesting against themselves in different political parties.
Meanwhile, there's a Saraki political dynasty
waiting to
quietly
perch on anywhere.
And the warning, the political gladiators in Kwara have been warning.
Look at Mustafa. Mustafa is going to contest on A.
I'm just saying. So this is what you get when you don't allow for the culture of internal democracy to thrive.
Okay, then like it. If you don't allow for the for the structure of internal democracy to strive, how in your local area,
within your party,
how do you want to do it at the national level?
Because I felt that unless there's something about this guy, why not just allow for the primary? In fact, if you looked at the way Yᴏᴜᴜ Obasanjo and the rest, she's now in the PDP. And if you look at look at what happened in Ogun East, Okwemi. Look at what happened in Ogun East. How Governor Dapo Abiodun emerged as the APC candidate for APC.
For the Senate,
it's Ogun East.
Ogun East Central.
Where the leaders just decided, they locked out a sitting senator.
That they sold for
Benga Daniel.
Former governor.
And have from reliable source, I am hearing that if Yai is not careful, these unresolved issues Ogun East is shaky. Even Ogun Central, as we speak, has a bit of a problem, because they are saying that the current senator Salisu, what's his name, was imposed by the governor, that the primaries was not conducted properly. And I have seen people in Ogun State who have said that, look, if they are not careful, Iyabo Obasanjo would defeat the guy roundly, clearly, easily.
Maybe that's why they are still seeing how they can still take the ticket from him and give it to someone
zoning
else.
or no zoning, Eladi Adebutu is on the side, looking at how the APC appears to be so disorganized. So because again, if you look at some of the polls, some of the permutations and predictions for the Ogun State election, it appears almost like a walkover for Yayi.
I mean, that's where I want to go to. There was a day side father and I were having a conversation, and he says that you can have a good case, and if you don't manage it well, you can eventually lose that case and become, and they'll blame you. It looks like because of the antecedent of Senator Yayi, Assembly Rep, Senator, it looks like he's the bride that everybody is aligning with. But it's all these small things.
Have you heard of the word implosion?
Yes, of course.
It's a realm of explosion.
It's not all of them in one place, in one party,
and they are not happy.
And you are happy that who else is not with us? Every time
they are not with us.
Look, in reality, yes, Adeleke had a stellar performance. He did well. He's connected to the people. But maybe if the APC had gotten their politics right, they would have won the election.
Maybe.
True. Look at the dismal performance of the APC in Ife.
That's supposed to be where Prince Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ is holding down.
The APC or show they are saying yes, all those ones that involved for the party.
Ife had always been a major decider in every governorship election.
What you saw in Ife, wait for Gbenga Daniel
in Ogun East.
That's what we are going to get. See, when you how do I put it now? There's a parable that says when you are pursuing somebody and he's not pursuing you back, please go home.
Just go home.
Leave him alone.
That place are pursuing him too.
Because the plan is too much. Gbenga Daniel is not making noise.
He's not.
Other people are not making noise. You that have been forced on them, you are the person making noise.
That's still the one talking.
You are defending yourself. You are accusing the rest
justifying
everybody
everything. Don't worry.
Time is coming. The day of reckoning will come. You are talking about Ife. Don't worry. Let's watch what happens next year. Sorry, another thing again, APC should take note of now. In isolated cases, the president can always intervene. But the situation we're in now, the president is also on the battlefield.
Let me fight for my political survival first.
Everybody should take care of
himself. To your turn to Israel.
Everybody.
Because when we get to general elections, the president will be focused
on his own.
He's not going to have enough time to intervene
in everything.
In Osun, some few days to the election, it was said that he had to bring all the big players to Abuja in a private jet.
They said about 75 of them. There was a problem.
But it did not still solve the problem.
It did not.
So imagine the general elections. I'm sure that if there is turbulence for his party in Ogun, the only thing he will be looking at, we have good margin. Hope
it will be margin.
Hope the presidency okay.
Because the problem is that the senatorial and the presidency and the reps is on the same day.
But the governorship is on a different day. So no matter what happens to any other
election,
if
he told to Yam Pepper scatter for a senator, it can affect you as the president.
But then if he's getting some good margins, probably will, because the reality is that there will be too much on his table.
Of course.
For how many
of course. 36 states.
So you've been intervening here and there.
And so
774 local government. You have to keep an eye on them.
This is an APC matter. It's an internal affair. The man also said that, look, they can't tell me that I'm an interloper. I don't have a low cost in the matter.
Of course.
I'm a member of the party.
Of course.
I contested in the election.
Yes.
So it's different from
that's what he's still saying. I voted for myself. That vote, where is it?
Before voting, he collected funds. Collected funds.
They screened him.
50 million. It's not
they screened him.
They declared him. He participated in an election, a primary. So he is a man legally, whether you want to talk about the Constitution or the Electoral Act,
his claims are valid.
Right to challenge the emergence of Senator Yayi as a candidate. I've seen people say he's a joker.
Don't worry.
All right.
When the joke comes at the court, you understand who is the joker, and somebody out of nowhere will just pick what.
Intelligently,
the earlier they do it, the better, because the president may not be able to come back after now. To come and intervene in your
kind
party.
Of issues.
So let's put it out real quick.
He's facing his own matter now.
There is a difference between endorsement and consensus. So let me tell you how consensus work. 5 of us are running for the same political office, and then they will put 5 of us on the same table. Okay, your zone had done this one. Can you step down, and they will give you the ticket as the running mate? That's consensus. All of us agreed. All of us that are involved in that contest
and sign
that we are endorsing this person.
Okay,
but stakeholders,
Cannot.
You could be a religious leader, a party chairman, a ward leader. You just raise that person's up. You don't have to be participating in it. That's endorsement. Consensus means that everyone involved in that process democratically must commit to that. This person is who we are following.
The president played.
That's the difference here.
Played a game, the same game, before the APC primaries in 2023.
Yes.
Why do you think so many people collected form? Because before that primaries of the APC, presidential primaries, there were talk about endorsement or consensus. In fact, at some point, it was said that the president had a candidate in mind, and he was probably going to be endorsing somebody that could be the consensus candidate of everybody.
Even the president then came out to say that you people are choosing your successor. Let me also choose my successor.
But what did President Bola Ahmed Tinubu say? No, there is no consensus. So let us go to the field. If they beat me,
I'll go home.
And what was the strategy? Why did you think there were so many people that collected 100 million?
100 million. Everybody kept stepping down.
And then you had about 7 people on the day. It was to make consensus difficult. Yes. Because the rule of consensus is that if one out of all of them say no,
the primaries must go on.
The
primaries must go on.
So I hope the APC, will look at this guy again, have a conversation with him. Don't think it's just a joke. Legally speaking, this is danger for the APC. Electorally speaking, politically speaking, it shows that the house is not in order. The man is from Ipokia, which is Ogun West. We don't know how strong he is in that part of Ogun State. There are so many unresolved crises in the APC Ogun, and I think the party has to be very, very careful.
Well, talking about a party that has to be very, very careful, let's take a listen to what Alhaji Atiku Abubakar said. When we come back, I will go back to what we have been discussing on the show today. First off, we looked at the two major issues around whether the presidency, whatever it is that could come out, whatever the APC, our chairman in Kuje council has said in Abuja. Then we've looked at the issue of Ogun State. Well, the allegations that the All Progressive Congress had withdrawn the presidential campaign council list. Boy, oh boy, the controversy that had trailed that campaign list, that they've come out to deny it. But before we slide into that, there was an unfortunate incident in Niger State where we talked about the presidency had also given an order to the security agents to make sure that they rescue all of the people that were abducted. But let's listen to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar on the commitment to returning fuel subsidy to Nigeria. Stay with us.
This afternoon or this evening, so many Nigerians have been calling me to say that, one of my press aides had contradicted me in my policy statement as far as subsidy is concerned. I want to repeat categorically that what I said, I will return subsidy. Nigeria is rich enough to look after the welfare of its citizens. Therefore, let it be clearly stated that he was not speaking on my own authority, because the removal of subsidy has driven more Nigerians into poverty than at any other time, and the fundamental responsibility of the government is the welfare. Two, I will make sure we secure this country. We are competing with thieves. They stole the election. Now they have stolen the economy. They have stolen everything.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. And I want to use this medium to talk to you. Please, look at the youth of Nigeria. We are really suffering.
Politics plays its part in everything that defines us as a sovereign entity. Isn't it right to discuss what makes it tick? When the main actors converge in the power corridors to make decisions that affect the next meal, shouldn't we probe even deeper?
Nigeria is suffering. The suffering is too much.
When it comes to the complexities of politics, we strive to give it clarity, to deepen your understanding as the listener.
The decisive factor will be knowledgeable leadership committed to good governance.
Make it a date with Oᴘᴇyé̀mé̥ and Saeed Fuad on Midweek Politics every Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m. on your top dial, Mainland 98.3 FM. Politics, it's a whole meal.
Political enemies, they don't want you to succeed. Have you just realizing that? No matter what I do, they will still abuse me.
The All Progressive Congress has denied withdrawing the list of the 2027 Presidential Campaign Council, describing the report as mere rumors. The national spokesperson of the party, Felix Moka, who made this rebuttal on Tuesday morning, noted that the APC would formally announce any changes to the campaign council list. This came against the backdrop of reports that the party had withdrawn the list released amidst preparation for the 2027 general election. Moka, while speaking to reporters, however, stressed that there is no basis for such report. It's a rumor. If there's any change to that list, it will be formally announced, said Mr. Moka. It's also been reported that the APC recently released the composition of the Presidential Campaign Council as part of the preparation for the 2027 presidential election, with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu seeking the re-election for another term of 4 years. The list generated reactions within the party amongst stakeholders, with some members expressing concerns over the inclusion or exclusion of certain figures. The development also fueled speculations about the possible adjustment to the composition of the campaign structure. So that is the issue on ground right now. So far, let's just get involved in this one real quick. Mr. Matthew Okoda, you've been part of coverage of election over the years, administered at different times
since 1979.
Exactly. My parents are still single. Oh gee. Mr. Matthew Okoda, how important is the role of the DG or the campaign structure of a primary? Let me quickly say this. In 2023, the DG of Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaign organization was then the sitting governor of Plateau State, Simon Bako Lalong. Lalong did not win his state for the president as the DG. Lalong could not even install his own successor. The man is now the national chairman of the APC. Lalong could not even win his own senatorial seats to go for the Senate. Senator Simon Mwadkon won that seat, but because of the infighting within the PDP, they lost it. Even the governor was removed, but he took his case to the Supreme Court, but the National Assembly could not get to the Supreme Court. Mr. Matthew Okoda, how key is that all-important composition of Presidential Campaign Committee?
You see, as the DG, you are the major policy executor.
You are the one driving it.
You are the one driving it. The party come up and say, look, we want to win this election. DG, help us put strategies in place. So the first thing you do is to look for, I don't know if they have it in Nigeria, strategists. There are various strategies. First, the states have their own strategists who know the political culture of every state. You cannot say, we are from Lagos, go and become a strategist in Ekiti, because the same Yoruba region. No, it doesn't work that way. So first of all, he has to identify the strategists first, who will now translate the national strategy of the campaign itself to the various states. At the other time, he sits and gets report from each state coordinator. So your ability to do that means that you are good. If you cannot do it, it means you are not good. Failure or success of it depends on you. But another thing again, that a chairman or a DG must have money. Amechi was chairman for Buhari, and he spent money. You don't put a poor man there. You don't put a miser there. Because ahead of him is the national post. If you win,
of course, the
Lagis is there. So the role of the DG is there, but he cannot do it alone. And again, ability to identify those who can do it.
Those grassroots mobilizers, the foot soldiers.
Yeah, the foot soldiers. That matters a lot. That ability is there. So before you appoint a DG, look at him. Just as you're saying, in your state, how good are you? But that doesn't matter.
Again.
No, his state doesn't matter. It's not a matter. It's not a state strategy. It's not a state. There's somebody else there. But it would have been a plus.
At least to keep you home safe.
Yes, to say, yes, at least
I delivered my state.
I delivered my state. But if, on the whole, your campaign council win the election, forget about it.
Nobody cares whether you lost at home or
but if you lose your state and you lose the national level,
it's a dent on you.
You have failed. That is it. And as a DG, you must be a party intelligence officer. First, you must be an intelligence officer for your party. Why? You have to plant fifth columns in other parties.
Of course.
But be ready, and you must also identify those people's columnists
in your own party.
I mean, it's not a small job to be a digital campaign. You are everything about it.
You are the director general.
In fact, you need extra days to make one day. 24 hours is not enough for one day. For you. You need extra 10 days. That is to be 34 hours to make one day. Because by the time you listen to all campaign, the day has gone, and you must provide solutions.
And you must make decisions.
You must make, in fact, on your toes. And your principal, either president or governor, will be on your neck.
And those decisions must be well calculated.
I mean, there's no, you must have, in fact, as a DG, you have your kitchen cabinet, you have your dining table cabinet.
That's the inner.
Inner. That is about 4. Your kitchen cabinet might be about 10.
But you see, those
your dining table must be maybe about 4. Whatever it is decided at the kitchen,
they can split it. Whatever is decided on the dining, they'll split it to the kitchen.
Yes. Then 4 of you will now sit down and say, this is what we have. You must be everything, must be superhuman. That's why, of course, you are not surprised when Amechi was given that role, that ministerial job of whatever, because he did it very well. You know, in fact, it's the thinking. In fact, the DG of the campaign thinks more than the principal.
Of course, that's why you're supposed to think on my behalf.
His principal has the ambition to win. That's why he made you to be his DG.
So you have to make me win.
He funds it. You have to make me win. That is the order. So the role is so important. When the president said himself his own DG of his own campaign council, it's because of fear. Because of fear. Fear in the sense that he suddenly discovered that issues that were not being raised some few months back
are just suddenly
coming up. And these issues are capable of making him lose the election if they are not well handled. And he looked at everybody around him. This is good, this is bad, this is bad. I have to take care of my own destiny. That's why the man is there. Take the thing by himself. So the final decision on any campaign matter will be himself.
No matter the recommendation.
Like all the statements we are talking about now. I don't want you to believe that the president is not listening to what we are saying. No. Anyone that will impact negatively on his reputation, he will stop it.
He'll pick it.
He will pick it and stop it. You know, nobody don't say, Mr. President, don't mind them. They are just, I beg, please go and remove that one. Because very soon the campaigns will start to. And I mean, when I say we started, it's real materials, real material. And the president has people in his cabinet that have already provided materials for the opposition to attack him.
Things said, things done.
Already available material. The opposition they don't need research on that. They're already available. So you see, the battle for him is big. It's big. He's watching, he's listening there. Somebody took caution from him. Is that not a sign that he has to do something for himself? That is it.
Mr. Forward, let me also take you real quick. I'm sure that the Mr. Forward thing reminds you of hello, Tony. Don't call me Tony. But let's look at the controversy around the APC. Is this because they are the ruling party and everybody wants to be involved? Better Edu is back, as she's the director of women mobilization. My friend Ayuba Broki is the chairman of people living with disabilities. I mean, these are key components of all of this. But if there's a rumor side forward, could that mean that something is wrong somewhere? And how key is fixing that? Because even the guy himself, there's been a lot of question around how grounded was he to the point of getting that particular position.
Well, you see, okay, two issues here, because I'm sure that we'll be opening the phone very soon. Now, Mr. Kodo has highlighted some of the key qualities of a campaign DG. Again, I would assume that he's saying that from the point of view of the way we play our politics in Nigeria. If people listen to Barrister Curtis on Sunday, he basically talked about how campaigns are run in the US. It's clearly different from what we do here.
Different.
I think we need to understand that we are not also oblivious of the fact that, look, when we discuss politics, we look at our own local peculiarities. When we make reference to what obtains outside, we are talking about global best practices.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean we don't understand.
Of course, it works.
That we are still
way
behind when it comes to some of these things. But again, it's always very good that we also talk about how things are done properly. Now, the campaign DG for this council is Senator Abdulaziz Yari. The president is the chairman.
Okay, he's the chairman.
He's the chairman.
Yes, okay.
And so when Mr. Okodo said, the person must be rich. I said, well, the APC made a good choice.
Yari.
with
Zamfara.
Yari.
Yeah. Zamfara.
As we speak, for people who don't know Yari, you probably go and read about him. In fact, as we speak, as at December 2025, he closed the deal of acquiring the major stake of the Gerigu power plant to a tune of 1 trillion naira. About $625 million. No be my mind.
No. 1 trillion.
Yes. The deal was closed. Today is the chairman, is in control.
Of course.
Tedola and some other guys have to sell their stake.
Like this one coming is a very hostile takeover.
So again, people should not get us. We are talking.
Don't underrate him.
So if I'm going to be following what Mr. Okodo has said,
on that basis,
get money.
He go fund the election, my friend.
They don't wait to say, that paper has not been approved. No, it's not his business.
But people have also been raising questions. That again, when we look at some of these guys, can we begin to ask some questions? Where did they make their money? I've done a research on Senator Yari. There are no records anywhere of him running any business before joining politics. I don't know, I might be wrong, but the research I have done so far, anybody can call in to correct me.
Say otherwise.
Say, he owned this business. That there are no records anywhere. In fact, the only record we saw that he was in the education sector briefly before he joined politics. Today,
does he have a university?
But today, from being a 2-term governor and a senator, is stupendously rich to the point where he could acquire a company for 1 trillion plus.
And the state cannot do that.
Zamfara.
So again, it's a conversation for another day. But the man is rich. Now, the controversy on this campaign council have to be two things that the ADC leaders have pointed out. A Senator Dino Melaye, for example, who is now a lawyer, I said he's going to court because of Zakadediji, the NRS man.
That was included in the campaign council.
List. And the place where they put the man
is where the soup is cooking.
On top of it is the governor of Ogun State.
Yes.
But people are saying, the fact that you even put him in charge of fundraising, whether as deputy or the main man, the man who is in charge of our tax,
a national treasurer, is the country's treasurer.
He should not even be there.
What's he doing? What's he doing there?
So I listened to Felix Morka, the APC spokesperson, and he said, what is the big deal with Zakadediji? Is he not a Nigerian? He's a card-carrying member. Does the constitution, again, we talk about global best practices. That's what we are saying.
Conflict of interest.
If you say Zach can be on the campaign list, then the IGP of police too.
Then you can also be on the campaign council. Drag the chairman of INEC into the campaign council
because he's a Nigerian.
See, when we say these things, people think we don't
politicize it.
You see. So let INEC chairman come and join the campaign council now. He's a Nigerian. So because people say, look, he's an appointee of the president.
Bring Yemi Cardoso to join.
All of them. Let the customs DG.
Everybody.
Let the immigration come and join them, because they all see. These are the issues we keep talking about. That look, if we don't want to make any progress with our politics, because if we say we're running democracy, we should begin to talk about global best practices. We should begin to discuss these issues.
It should be sign that we are improving.
The man who is in charge of the tax, you know what it means, and you now put him fundraising to raise.
Would you put him in security and mobilization?
But the man is, and people are saying that look, there are ways he could begin to use his office,
of course,
to influence for funds,
yes,
in the corporate world, taxes, and so why not? You see, I don't know whether we are.
No,
I mean, we don't know what we're saying.
We know,
because if you say it does not matter, can you just again? We are not even saying you should accept our opinion, but can you just think about it? In good conscience, why not a rowo?
Someone that is collecting tax from everybody, irrespective of your political affiliation, is now going to be in charge of the finance.
The organizations that have money.
Yes,
he can.
They will push them. They call it CSR support.
All those
things. Give us this one.
That's actually the main reason.
It's wrong.
He knows those who have enough money,
and people need to understand that he is not an elected official.
He's an appointed,
and it's not just an appointee. He holds a very, very delicate position.
He's the chief tax officer of Nigeria.
The country.
That's what it means.
That's what we're saying. We're not. And then to make matters worse, the ladies also talked about Better Edu and others who have
under
investigation corruption cases. And the problem we discussed it the last time. The reason why people stay away from some things, or for example, you have officials who just resign, is that so that you don't take away from the focus of the issue. Now we are discussing Zach. If he was not on the list, we would not be discussing.
No.
If a Better Edu was not on the list, we
would
would
not be discussing.
So if Felix says they've not withdrawn the list, maybe they are trying to tinker with it. It might not be a withdrawal. It might be a replacement, an addition, and all of that. But we will think that at the level of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, unless again, all is fair in politics and nothing matters. Really.
I almost knew that was where your conversation was going to end. And I wasn't proven wrong, because at the end of the day, the days are counting. 143 days from now, every single move, whether as the ruling party or as the opposition, it matters. Every single decision, every name, every list, every media release, everything, it's always to be, moved towards how your party would perform at the election. Unfortunately, you're running against an administration that has an absolute control of the governors. You have those that have an absolute control of the National Assembly, 45 ministers, newly appointed ambassadors. So when they talk about political structure, an ambassador that just got assigned less than a year ago knows that if it does not work for this government to remain, if another government comes, he would lose his ambassadorial privilege.
Election, the ruling party is in a poor position.
Absolutely.
Whether anybody
like it or not. Everywhere.
It's just what it is.
I mean, absolutely.
Because you just like you want to like table tennis. Somehow they are ahead.
Of course.
Maybe in terms of resources, in terms of what is available to them. So, but what we are saying is that, look, let us begin to build our democracy
in such a way that
begin to take from the best of democratic practices and culture, so that we can make some good improvement. That's what we are saying. I don't think it's too much for us to demand from the government.
It's not. And we've made enough progress to do the same. Let's pick some calls. The messages on Facebook are quite much, but we'll try and touch it as well. We're live on Mainland 98.3 FM. It is Midweek Politics. I would always run this conversation every Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m. Alongside so many other platforms and spaces. Our political roundtable 6 to 8 p.m. on Sunday, the Situation Room, and now we have Midweek Politics. You can always join us also in the morning, bright and early, for Mainland Focus, Global View. So we have all of these as a platform for us to engage ourselves. And as we are saying, the presidential and national assembly election is in 143 days from today. And so we're helping you and we're guiding us towards that line of thought where by the time we're done with our political decisions, we know that yes, we've made the right choice. So stay with us. Today, we've looked at the issues around the APC governorship situation in Ogun State. To be or not to be, is that a problem that these people would have to fix, or you think it is a problem that would take itself away? So we looked at. I would also look at the chairman of the Kuje council area in Abuja saying that if you're not voting for APC, you have to leave the local council. And I would also look at the issue of APC's presidential campaign council list that are continuing to generate a lot of controversy. So let me pick your calls. I would also read your messages on Facebook and on WhatsApp. 1 minute, please. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. Sports.
You're welcome.
Hello, Baba Fuad, I greet you, Baba.
Good afternoon.
And Oga Machu.
Well done, sir.
My name is Dampi, calling from Igondo, the city in the center of the universe. Mr. Fuad, I just want to congratulate you. How do you cope? You and Mr. Kyode and Matthew, Baba Matthew Okudua. That I want to talk about. How do you cope? Please, you always tell us to take care of ourselves. You, Mr. Fuad, the day you will become biased and the day you will start talking with your side mouth, I will stop listening to this station. I just want to say that God in heaven will continue protecting you and other crews, everybody in mainland FM. I just want to pray for you.
Thank you,
you will be great. God will continue to give you more wisdom. That is all I can say. That's why I called.
Thank you so much. Dampi. I would appreciate your contribution always. I'm one of those men that would always stay, across. But hi, I mean, this is Emmanuel from Ikorodu. They follow people into the polling booths to check who you are voting for. It happened in Ikorodu in the 2023 election, and I called the attention of the police, but he said there's nothing he can do about it. Good afternoon, crew. In a Senate line, elections are like carnival, but here election is like war. When the president said all is fair and square in politics, it is to say snatch it, grab it, and run away with it. It is a way, and that's what played out in Osun State. Why have you turned that peaceful state to a gangster paradise? Look at Osun. More than 40 people were killed. The APC Senator Fana said shoot all their court members and their family. The same chairman in Abuja is saying that if you don't vote the APC in my local government, don't come out. They are not arrested because they are APC members, where their sins are always forgiven. Thank you very much. This is Mr. Lekon from Lagos. A distinguished gentleman, I greet you. Mr. Okpa, I want to hear what APC callers and supporters will say when they call to defend the council chairman. Mr. Fad, if you guys can recall, I said something when Senator Fada made that reckless threats and went and granted an interview on TV. I said that he has charged the supporters to kill our court members. Later, I went on TV to deny it and said he was misquoted. The people he told, did they watch TV to listen to the radio? I don't want to see him on TV denying this statement or retracting his statement, because majority of the people he told don't watch TV. If he needs to retract the threat he issued yesterday, he should gather all those people again and do so. I know that more threats are still coming from ministers like Wike and governors like Pokwe. And that is James from Agbado Junction. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Matthew Koda and Fuad. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
He said briefly, what I want to say is that I just plead with these politicians that they should not hit the politics any further, because Nigeria have had it tough and rough. Because this 2027 election that is forthcoming, look at the threat in Abuja. Look at the issue of the father who see threatening people. Please, they should not hit it any further. So we don't have what happened in that their phrase that is so common in the book of 1 Kings chapter 16, where it got to that level of Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇʀ Israel. Because you push Nigeria any further now, you get to that level of Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇʀ Israel. That's what I just want to advise them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show today. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Ford, and our guest in the house. I'm Olusegun from Ikotun. This morning, I saw something that made me know that this country is going nowhere. At the college bus stop near a popular pizza shop, road safety Ikotun branch positioned their vehicle for a vehicle check. A black Mercedes-Benz Jeep was approaching one of the officers with speed, nearly hitting him. The vehicle later parked. The driver came out and threatened to slap the officer. He later got back to the car to reach to the safe, bringing out a silver color pistol, saying he's going to shoot the road safety officer. Do you know the cap the man was putting on? The party cap of a popular political party in Lagos. One side of the cap is written ST, while the other side is the party logo. I pray that next election will be peaceful. Those officers on duties can bear me witness today. I'm Mr. Shegun from Ikotun. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Mainland FM.
Yeah, good afternoon, the general.
You're welcome.
Samuel calling from Keja. Oga Fuad and Oga Machu, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Oga Fuad, we are discussing these politicians again. It sounds like a broken record, you understand? And the more I yet to come, you can see the threat. And these are the people that will come out and tell us, oh, Obi is desperate. Oh, Atiku is desperate. So you can see even the local council chairman is threatening in Abuja. See, I said the day is coming. Let them continue pushing Nigeria. By the time we get to the war, we will push back. That is the only thing I can say, because it is an insult when you listen to it. And even the president himself is taking Nigeria for a ride. Because that campaign council that he just brought the list, you can see the caliber of people that are in that list. And this is somebody that is telling us that you want to fight corruption. You see, when it comes to financial issues, check the current president, check his track record. He has no good track record when it comes to financial issues. You understand? Even in Lagos State, talk about the tax in Lagos. Who is the owner of the Alpha Beta in Lagos State?
Thank you.
The same thing that has been replicated in Federal.
Thank you.
We have entered a serious one chance.
Thank you very much. Let's try and keep our contribution very brief. I don't like cutting people off while they're still talking. Good afternoon. I'm not happy with the media. I think all the media in Nigeria should be thrown away into the abyss. You see, for the very first time, a president who is breaking fallow ground and tiling potential treasure fields. All the media is doing is to cast aspersion on that. Destructive beer parlor bad mouthing instead of constructive encouragement. Somebody is building road, refinery, nail fund, CNG, GAMCO, electricity bill, everything, and you are still asking what is he doing with the money removed from subsidy. Are we allowed those to know that this is Nigeria's real economy? We have been doing a patch it economy instead of to till the ground economy. AB from Epe. Olodo media and illiterate PhD placeholders. I'm sorry to say, God will surprise and Jagaban will win again. AB from Epe. Aside from please, don't send.
How do you waste your time with someone?
Let's move on.
Just go ahead.
Whose brain is not working?
Good afternoon to you, my learned erudite in the studio. Great analysis as usual. For the Kuje chairman, let him keep daring the people. When Mr. Wike, our father, and say and code, the Nigerian people will be ready for them. Ogafa, please, I ask you again, like they asked you before, is there hope for this country, or are these signs of bad omen ahead of the January 2027 election? This is Chris from Ikeja. Okpai, I ask again, are these politicians all from extraterrestrial, from Mars, that they keep misbehaving while they are talking down on their people? We'll change it for them very soon. Let them be wise. Thank you very much. Anyone who doesn't understand that we're in the real era of Togri and Dracula politics must be a learner. The president, Bleed the Weasel, and the food soldiers are telling us they don't understand the language, and they're telling us that they do understand the language very clearly. Wike held citizens to ransom during the Abuja municipal election by defiling all the rules of movement and interface on the electoral process. Nothing happened. A so-called senator demonstrated the character of a bandit in Osun State election. Nothing happened. The so-called Islamic cleric incited religious extremism in Kano. Nothing happened. The attack dogs of the president are there. Anyone not in support of the APC, as openly said by a chairman of an area council in Abuja a few days ago. And applause is what they all get from the party. We should not be deceived that the political atmosphere is getting better. The fire is already on the mountain. It's just a pity that this is what has become of the so-called giant of Africa. That is Steve Ofere from Ijanikin. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, guys. This is Noah from Igondo. Your in-depth analysis is very comprehensive and balanced as usual. APC is doing everything to intimidate the opposition parties with impunity. All those characters that are threatening people with opposing views are not warned or reprimanded, therefore creating more rooms for others to ridicule and intimidate the citizens. But Nigerians are wiser. Despite the government intrigues and manipulations, our votes are allowed to count next year. History will repeat itself. What happened to PDP in 2015? Thank you very much, now from Igondo. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, the Filipina in the studio.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Prince Wyatt. Calling me for this afternoon.
You're welcome, Prince Wyatt.
Thank you very much. You see, all the politicians, they must play the game and come to the rules. As for the presidential campaign team, how to want to surprise. It's not allowed the ministers to do it. I want them to feel their duty, work hard. All the promises of Mr. President.
The minister of youth is in charge of youth mobilization in the campaign.
He doesn't want to be there. He must face his duty. 30% the office, the remaining 70 to be at their working place. Can we tell me now, Minister for work, to stay at any campaign? It's a friendly activity. Look at the Agbo, the new expressway. The women work to be done. We fought for Mr. Ben for just 4 years. Any extra one is Barao. He must do it. I need somebody start 4 years. We lay foundation for better Nigeria.
Thank you, Prince Y. Senior man from Mɪᴅ. Good afternoon, Okpa. I personally would be grateful to some of you radio journalists giving positive or negative criticism of the APC openly. Of the truth, this has been a valuable path and step to APC aspiration and able to re-strategize and forge ahead. It's really helping APC readjust to each failed attempt decision taking. Thank you very much. Okay, a senior man from Mɪᴅ, thank you. Good afternoon to the guys in the studio. I'm having you guys in the studio is always fun. You make my day already. These are the couple that said that it's without looking at who is involved. Christopher Fᴜᴟ by name. Let the APC government and their leaders say whatever they want to say. For unguided utterances, Nigerians are already taking their position. In fact, the APC has already discriminated and discredited themselves already. We have to hear more of this during campaigns. These are very bad comments. Right from the Edo State Governor, Obi don't come to Edo without informing me. To President Tinubu is fair in politics. Osun Senator, if you see our court members, kill them. Minister of FCT, if Tinubu really want me to win Osun, will have sent me there. Now, common local government council chairman, have you seen Security Enforcement Agency and NEC on election body call these guys to order? Assuming this comment was made by the opposition parties, members rather, do you think it will have the same? But whenever these comments are made, I will see APC chieftain coming indirectly to support the comment. Nigerians, my advice to you and myself is this. I take a stand anyhow they come on election day. Let us face them with our PVC. And our PVC should be our guns and our cutlasses. Thank you very much. That is Christopher Fᴜᴟ. Some calls. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon, three gentlemen.
You're welcome. Okay.
This government, it's just like the way they are just doing all this, the way they are just saying all this, it's because they don't have something to campaign anymore. And what they are just doing is just for them to just start threatening people, so people will not come outside to come out vote. That is the only way. And people have been saying, if even this their name now, their so-called party, this APC, they is now out with the people Congress. Because they are talking like a talk. But I just pray. People are just saying everybody, people should come out and vote. No matter what they say, let us see what they want to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you, my guys. Alhaji Fuad, Mr. Matthew, and Okpeyemi. For me, the APC and Tinubu should know this is not 2023. We're ready. With the Kwakwasa Amana movement, anything they bring, they will meet us there. Tinubu would never have 30% of votes he had in the north in 2023. They should not set this country on fire. That is Rahim from Agege. If we are truthful to ourselves, we should know that since the coming of President Tinubu as the presidential candidate and now as the president, that this issue of threats to opposition started. Have you ever seen him come out to condemn any of these statements? He said he fought for democracy. Hope he will not be the one to destroy the democracy that we have. Thank you very much. This John Benadoi from Ijaniki. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Yes. It's like my call.
You spent more than 2-3 minutes talking.
Okay.
Listen to
So
you.
Really?
Yes. Apologies. Please let's allow other people join the conversation as well. From Roberts. Okay. I greet everyone in the studio. Apologies. I greet everyone in the studio. I don't have much to say. I would vote for any presidential candidate that promised to return subsidy. I don't know the paradise that this government is taking me to. The same vision in 2020, in 2021, till date that the military promised. Okay. Please, Mr. Okpe, this is James Ogbona from Oshodi, not James from Agbado Junction. Okay. Thank you very much for sending the message. Good afternoon, Okpe. The opposition has no agenda because they always go negative. How can you say you want to return subsidy that is taking us back to Egypt, where we have left many decades? Okpe, I'm sorry these people can't defeat Tinubu. Go and read the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. You will know that is the most prepared for the job. Dikintayo Daudu from Mushin. Those talking about one chance every time are saying it just to promote their own candidate. Still from Dikintayo Daudu. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon.
You're welcome.
I am Brother Odozi from Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇ.
Brother Odozi from Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇ. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Does it mean our president is not hearing all these things radio, television are talking? His boys are trying to destroy this country because all these threats, if other politicians retaliate by 2027, I don't think people will come out to come and vote the way I'm saying. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show today. Bolaji from Ijoko, let anyone say or defend the bunch of bad leadership that we have under the APC. That is their own legacy. Let Nigerians ask Mr. President and his lawmakers to either bring back subsidy or remove the corruption in it. 2, implement the 괘ᴜᴜ report and see if this country would not work. 3, for the citizens and opposition to be attacking Tinubu with all different allegations and incompetence, forgery, I think we should all pay attention and support our constitution. Our constitution, so that our country's dignity can be restored worldwide. The idea of gaslighting, of genuine and constructive criticism would destroy this nation. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Fuad. I'm Yusuf Olamilekan Balogun from Ogbayo, beside Unity High School, Songota. There's no way someone would defend the APC and not look stupid. Because I don't understand how would be supporting evil that happened in Osun State will happen in Nigeria next come election. Okay, thank you very much. Like Charlie Boy said in his song, if you look front, na commotion. If you look back, na frustration. If you look side, na potopoto. Look at how the federal road is dead. Trap instead of fixing. Your president is engaging in wasteful and unnecessary and unfruitful coastal road, which will not finish before the 2027 election. Shame. All from the government scandal, from Adeyemi to this current scandal. You can see that the king of corruption cannot fight corruption because he and his musketeers are involved also. Okay. So cause. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay.
You're welcome.
I greet every other person in the studio.
Greet you. Thank you.
It is Pastor Ladipo calling from Village Sarigo.
You're welcome.
Like Mr. Fuad said, where has Yari ever worked in his life? How many factories did he own before he entered government? It's only in Nigeria that is why. See, let me tell you one reality today. The only sector that is functional and doing well now is the political sector. So that is why a council chairman can boldly be threatening people, and by now the DSS has not even called him to order or invite him according to them. You see, some of all these things we are taking lightly. Whether we like it or not, it will get to us very soon. Because very soon people begin to return fire for fire. That is just the reality. They find that the only one that can just use vulgar languages and say things and get away with it.
Thank you.
Very soon it will go around. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Achogba Solomon. You said our plea to the politicians and the APC in particular is this election. Election in this Fourth Republic has been bloody from Akpako Governor, Edo APC Chairman, Senator Father Osi, the Kuje Chairman, MC Wike, and Mr. All his friend politics. And I am a stubborn politician and their likes. They should spare Nigerians' blood come 2027 election. We have to go, but the messages are so much. It's unfortunate. This is Kazim from Middlesbrough. It is unfortunate that we have the likes of Tinubu as president. Our major problem as a nation is corruption. And we have someone with all the corruption baggages as president. He surrounds himself with fellow corrupt politicians without integrity. I cry for this country. By the way, I missed you guys for like 2 weeks. Please always ensure you okay. Yes, we'll fix that. Thank you very much. I saw your tweets as well. Thank you, Kazim from Middlesbrough. Side Fad, Mr. Matthew Okodwa. It's another Wednesday. And from the feedbacks we've gotten, it looks like Nigerians are, also getting ready for the election. Mr. Matthew Okoda, 142 days, enough time to spread the message around of good elections?
No, it's enough because at least they're not just starting today. It's the campaign that started now. Just started this week. So, but the messages have been on several weeks or months back. So it just now is focused on the campaign proper. By now, many people already know that there are going to be elections, there are going to be visible campaigning here and there. We already know. I don't think it's too short. We're on course.
Side forward, all is fair in politics. If you don't vote, leave the council. If you see them, you grab it. If you see a call, you kill them. Inciting statements about can these things still be curtailed before the elections?
Honestly, it can be curtailed, and that's where leadership comes in.
Exactly.
I'm sure if Mr. President issues a statement today committing to free, fair, credible, and peaceful
changes
election,
everything.
It will change everything.
All right, thank you very much, Said. For next up is the boss, a midweek edition, and by 4 o'clock there will be the Action Alliance governorship candidate joining Sage Babalola in the situation. By 5:30 we'll have the Mainland FM Global News, and by 6 I will come through with the midweek edition of Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM. 7 p.m. I will have the Global Cluster, and by 8 p.m. the girls will be back with the shenanigans. Big shout out to Mr. Matthew Okoda and Side Far for coming through as usual. Let's do this again next week, Wednesday, God willing, God's prayer and life. Same station, same time, Mainland 98.3 FM, 1 to 3 p.m. I'll stick around and join Jaydan, the good guy with the bad intentions, and his beautiful co-host, BB, the biggest B. My name is Oᴑᴜ Akede. Keep your dial locked on Mainland 98.3 FM.